Iyanla child.
Who? Van Zant?
Yeah. When she was trending on social media,
You forgot about her already?
you forgot about her? Well, some people felt a way about what she said on the Breakfast Club when she was like, there's an absence in femininity among black women, and basically says that, y'all act like men in dresses and y'all want y'all men to be y'all girlfriend.
That's
What?
not really the case. No, that's not the case. And I'll tell you
Let's
right
get
now,
yeah.
we like dating. No, it's just that it's like the roles have changed. Like these men, let me not say it like that. Men have become a little bit open in their femininity. Let's go with that. They're being a little bit more soft. They're a little bit more open, and I feel like a lot of women don't know how to accept that. We're so used to men being masculine. You're supposed to be a man. A man is supposed to be doing certain type of these gender roles. That's what we're used to.
What I want for our society at this point is to be okay, like to welcome being uncomfortable. We're in this PC place where we don't understand the value of being uncomfortable, but it's a necessary part of change and transformation. And when it comes to masculinity and femininity and how we assign particular roles and attitudes um, and expectations on people just because of how their body is designed, I think that the conversation now needs to be leaning towards, now that we recognize that both men and women can possess and access both feminine and masculine energies and can choose how they show up in this world by which energy they give off most, because that's what we are. It's like, it's not that the men are more feminine now. There have always been men who were able to be empathetic. There were always men who were able to communicate. There were always men who were creative. There were always men who had no problem expressing emotion. Just like there have always been women who can be more guarded or can be more stern or be more tactical. Women who can provide, like, the roles, the expectations and roles have been shifting back and forth all over time. This isn't new.
I think that sometimes when we throw the "oh, you're not feminine" or "you're being masculine"
Mhm.
around, like it's condescending, because it's like, and it's also a slippery slope, because it's like, girl, what do you mean? So because I choose to work, or because I choose to stand up for myself and say what needs to be said, I'm looked at as masculine. I don't clean, I don't wash dishes, I'm looked at as masculine, or I choose to do
Right.
whatever. Vice versa with men. I'm like, because I want to talk back, because I feel something, I feel a way about something, and I want to vocalize it, I'm now
Now.
feminine.
Right. Yeah, I
I
think
think
that
we got to label it something else.
it's the right. It's the assignment. It's the assignment of activity to emotional expression, and I think
Mm-hmm.
that's. But that also goes in this child. Let me tell you, I'm not gonna say everything lines back up with white supremacy, but
Uh-huh.
patriarchal imperial capitalism and supremacy. There's a form of, this is what a man is. This is what a woman is. This is what
Mm-hmm.
a man does. This is what a woman
Dehumanizing.
does. This is how a man feels. This is what a woman feels. And it's rigid. There's no in between. It's very black and white. When you marry these structures and you over time, it becomes the expectation. You look at people like the Orthodox Jews or the Hasidic Jews, there's a reason why they all dress the same, because the men look like this. They're allowed to do this. The women look like this. They can't wear their hair. And that's something they teach their kids. They protect it, right? They've been able to do it for hundreds and thousands of years now, because
Mm-hmm.
that is how that's how they built up their society, and that's what they protect, right? And they guard against it, regardless of what's happening in the rest of the world, right? They're not out trying to tell you you should do this, you should dress like this. They don't care about that. What they're gonna say is, well, for me in my house, this is what we do. I found somebody that was raised in this, that agrees. We want to have children that carry this on, right? If the child goes up and says, I want to do something else, they go out in the world and they keep going, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now we haven't been allowed to do that in a way,
Yeah.
because what we associate our freedom with is the freedom to tell other people what to do. You a man dressed like that in skinny jeans? Oh, you ain't a real man. Why? What makes me less real than the one that's sagging and showing his ass to every nigga that's on the street?
Mm-hmm.
What's the difference? Right? So it's not real. It's all constructed. It's not real. And I think the moment that we collectively decide none of this shit that we were made to believe it's not real in a sense where it's moving us forward in any way. It's not moving human evolution forward. The fight right now is to keep us from progressing. Keep us. That's why you have conservatives and progressives. To conserve means to keep. Conserving. Hey, we went too far. Let's bring it in.
Yep.
Progression means, okay, girl, this may be new territory, but we have to keep moving forward. And some people use fear to keep us from moving forward. So all of that ties into what we were talking about earlier in the conversation, back to the LGBTQ rights, back to this masculinity versus femininity thing. As human beings, if we're going to evolve, we have to become comfortable with being uncomfortable, because in those uncomfortable moments, we're able to have conversations, dialogues, expressions, and reflections that could lead us to a new solution forward, so that we don't go back and be stuck for another 1,000 years. Just something to think about. But I didn't want to get too deep on y'all. I know this is an entertainment podcast.